Comrade Lante Oriaki, live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes. Nigerians across the world, top of the moment to you all. This is the Comrade Show, and my name is Comrade Lante Ikmomusa Oriahi. Today is the 27th day of March 2022. And as always, we have a special guest on this segment of the Comrade Show, the segment we call the Comrade and Friends, the segment that some of us have equally, come to recognize and call our Sunday tonic. Today we are having a special guest who is going to be taking us around a phenomenal, subject matter, one that has the capacity to transform the Nigerian economy. But this person is going to be talking about this. We're talking about the CEO of Ekioja. Ekioja may not be a nomenclature or a name known to very many of us at the moment, and that is why we have picked interest in this. And so we're going to be talking to a special guest who's going to be taking us through what Ekioja is about and what Ekioja is doing and why the entire Nigerian state and Nigerian people must pick interest in Ekioja. As always, I have with me the team of the Comrade and Friends, the comrades and the friends of the comrades. They are all here in the house. But before I introduce them, let me use this occasion to quickly, wish all mothers in the house, all mothers, aspiring mothers, every woman to wish them a happy Mother's Day. It's been a long time coming. And of course, one thing we all agree on is that women are super. And without women, of course, there will be no balance in this world. The role that women play in the world is so much. And of course, within the Nigerian context, many of us are advocating that we should have more women take, roles of responsibilities to deliver the Nigerian state, particularly looking at the state of Nigeria today. But over and above all, I just want to say a very big happy Mother's Day to every mother in the house. Now, talking about Mother's Day, there is a mother, a quintessential one, one that my friends, the comrades, have described as a polyglot based on what she represented, her contributions towards development as far as Nigeria is concerned. We're going to be talking about her, a very strong figure. But before we go into that, let me quickly let you know that I have in the house comrade from my sister, Austin Iremiran, the man who named this program the Sunday Tonic. Comrade Iremiran, welcome to the program, my brother.
Thank you so much, my brother, comrade Sinsi Lante Posariaki, Ukbiogba Mataki. To our wonderful viewers, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the globe. Like comrade said, happy Mother's Day to all mothers. Happy Mother's Day to all girl child. You guys, you people, our mothers play a very important role in our lives. One day is not enough to celebrate you, but we must celebrate you. So I want to say happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. And for our Sunday tonic, I promise that today is going to be a very sweet one. As always, join us and share. God bless you, cacabolically.
Thank you very much, coming from our sister Iremiran. Right in the house too, we equally have, of course, comrade Dr. Tony Agbons. Dr. Agbons Sevafe, my brother, welcome to the program, bro.
Thank you very much, my brother, the comrade CNC, Lamte Konsa Oriahi, and my brother there, the pharmacist, Austin Agbo J. Remira. Always, a pleasure to be in the midst of you guys. And happy Sunday and happy Mother's Day to all women, to all potential mothers, to all intending mothers. The credo, we used to recite that poem back then. My mother, who sat and watched my infant head. We can never forget. Mothers, we appreciate you all. Thank you for what you are doing for us and what you continue to do and what you continue to do. Viewers of the Comrade Show, it's good to have you all joining us again today. We are here because of you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Wahia Bokia.
Thank you very much, Dr. Agbons. Yes, but while we're just zeroing into this, let me quickly introduce our special guest today. His name is Destiny Osadebane. He is the CEO of Ekioja. Now, what makes this even more interesting for us is that Destiny Osadebane is not a European. He's not an American. He's a Nigerian. He's an Edo State son. And coming up with this initiative, we believe very strongly that this is our thing. Ekioja. He's the CEO of Ekioja. I want to quickly bring Destiny. Destiny Osadebane, you're welcome to the program.
Hello, hello, everybody. I want to say, first of all, happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there. And I'm so happy to be on this show with you guys today. Thank you for hosting me and having me on this platform. It's good to be speaking with amazing people like you and connecting with Africans and Nigerians on the globe. So thank you for having me on this show. I am truly, truly excited. Thank you so much.
Great. Destiny, we will be talking about Ekioja. But we want to quickly, talk a little bit about, Mother's Day. Of course, we've wished, Nigerian mothers and global mothers a very happy Mother's Day. But, one is very symbolic to us, and we are going to talk about that. And I'm sure that from what we know about you, it's something that you equally will have a connection with. It is to equally announce to the world that one very notable mother amongst mothers of our time has passed on, and that is talking of Professor Grace Alile Williams, a mother amongst mothers, one that everybody who passed through her and those who get to hear, about her and her exploits, her contributions to development as a woman, definitely will not just gloss her passing over. Must talk about it, and many of us, are very happy and we are proud that actively or passively we have experienced Alele William in the past, present, and future. I'll start quickly with Dr. Tony Agbons. One good thing about this program is that all of us seated here, we are all product of University of Benin. And Professor Grace Alile William was one time the Vice Chancellor of the great University of Benin. And, we used to say in those days that there are two universities in this world, the University of Benin and the rest.
Yeah.
And Dr. Tony Agbons, Professor Alele Williams. What do you have to say, bro?
My brother, that is a somebody. Professor Grace Alile Williams, first female vice chancellor ever in Nigeria. Before this program, we're discussing and we're trying to put things together to describe this colossus. For me, Professor Grace Alile Williams, I cannot even describe her in past tense. Nobody's going to tell me that. Never. I'm not going to say was. So please, I'm going to still be using is. I'm going to still be using the present tense. She has left. Yeah, thank you for the poetic license. She has left her footprint in the sand of time. In the sand of time forever.
Absolutely.
For me, she is an ambidextrous mathematical polyglot. She inspired the girl child. She brought glamour. Before Alele Williams became the Vice Chancellor of the University of Benin in 1985, nobody respected the office of Vice Chancellors. With due apologies. Nobody. She brought extreme glamour. She packaged the office of Vice Chancellors in Nigeria. Everybody was not looking forward to becoming a Vice Chancellor. And I got into the University of Benin at a time towards the end of her tenure. I'm talking from, this is evidential speech I'm giving. So I experienced her. So I'm not just talking from what I read in the books or I read on website. So, my brother, if we are going to have this whole of this program on Professor Grace Alele Williams, she's a thesis that maybe PhD student will have to research on. She brought discipline. In fact, she was vice chancellor of the University of Benin at a time when a lot was going wrong in higher education in the whole of Nigeria. But she brought discipline, she brought organization, she brought, great administration to her office. And she will never be forgotten. My brother, I will stop there because there's so much in my mind to say. You are muted.
Oh, sorry, man. Over to you, Dr. Comrade from Assist Austin Rembrandt. Professor Grace Alele Williams. And of course, I do honestly stand with Dr. Tony Agbonsebafe when he said that he's not going to describe her in the past because she lives on. Austin Rembrandt, a colossus.
Thank you, Dr. Tony Agbons. You are always coming up with very veritable statement that one cannot overlook. I then want to say that we're going to use that sentence, present continuous. She is a colossus.
Absolutely.
She has gone to be with the Lord just about 6 to 7 months shy of her 90th birthday. At the ripe age of 89, few days ago, the news came that she's passed to go and meet the Creator. I got into University of Benin when Professor Grace Alele Williams was no longer the Vice Chancellor. But as a student, as a secondary school student in University of Benin, like I said in this program, the joy of wanting to go to university started in 1989 during the Atisap riots. And we begin to hear the name of this great woman. In fact, there were 2 Williams at the helm of affairs in Uniben. The Registrar R.A. Williams and the Vice Chancellor, Professor Grace Alele Williams. Just to join Tony to say, she's still with us. She continues to remain with us. A woman, the first woman in Nigeria to become a professor in mathematics. Mathematics that is so difficult. It's even very difficult for men to study, and we see a woman doing that. And surprisingly, we were told today, Professor Grace Alele Williams is actually from Edo State. Although she was born in Lagos to an Ishekiri woman, the father was from Edo State. And kudos to the big heart and the heartbeat of Nigeria. We are setting this, we are always pace setter. The old Midwest going to then Bender State, giving to the world this very unique woman. For over 6 years, she was Vice Chancellor at a very great institute. And all we enjoy today were his footwork. He is a clear example for many get child that they can do it. That's it. 1985, women were not given any opportunity. She came from nowhere to become the Vice Chancellor. And after leaving office, she continued to remain consultant to share Chevron and giving advice. I think only a few years ago, she was honored. I've forgotten the award she was given now. She is and will continue to live on. She's a great woman, an Amazon. Words fail me to describe her. I will just join Tony because Tony has used that word polyglot very well. And he has added something to it. He's an ambidextrous mathematical polyglot. Nothing to say, but to say that she continues to live in our hearts and mind. And I want to beg every gay child, please, let us read this woman, emulate her, and even do better.
Thank you very much. I honestly, sit and romance very closely with your last statement that every girl child should, breathe, emulate, and of course, be like Professor Grace Alele Williams.
I forgot to say something.
Yes.
I just want to add, in spite of all this achievement, she's absolutely beautiful. At 89, she's brilliant and take away.
We can see her.
Look at that video picture. Wow.
Beauty and brains.
Excellent. Destiny Sadeba. I know we're going to be talking about Ekioja.
Yeah.
But you finished from University of Benin. I know you may not have met Professor Grace Alile Williams, but there is no way. I'm very sure in the next 100 years, anybody will pass through University of Benin and will not breathe the air of Grace Alile Williams. What do you have to say about Professor Grace Alile Williams?
I mean, back then in school, I don't know her personally, and she wasn't no longer the vice chancellor when I was in school because I finished in the 90s, 1990, 2000, 2010, and all that. However, we heard so much about her and the things she did. I think even Unimed dedicated some structures to her name at the time. Yeah, at the time. So her legacy still lives on. There are a number of girls, and it's my hope that as more persons come through University of Benin and by extension through her, we still keep to emulate the things she's done and aspire to even do better, especially for the girl child. Yeah, it's a great loss to Nigeria, to Benin, to Uniben as a whole, to no longer have her in our midst anymore, because I'm sure that even at her age, she was still a source of wisdom to a lot more people. It's um it's amazing the things she's done as a woman, being the first in several fronts. Yeah, that's something to be very, very proud of. For because she broke so many barriers, so many boundaries as a woman, and in her age, dominated by men, it's something that is of worth. So I would say she's a major loss to Nigeria, because of the things she's done and the legacy she's lived and she's living. And I also believe that in spite of that, at her age, she still was impactful. So I would admonish or advise every young girl child who would ever pass through Uniben or any universities in Nigeria to emulate her. She's worth her onions. She's worth studying and becoming. We can improve on her legacy. It shouldn't end there. I believe we can make many more Grace Alele Williams across Nigeria. That way, her legacy and that which she stood for will continuously to live on. I think that's one of the biggest lessons I will take away from her life and the things she's shown the world that women, specifically women from Nigeria, can do. I have friends in the media that are excelling, doing amazing things, mostly from University of Benin as well. All of us through her shadows as well. And I think this will resonate more with them because they are trying to make a name for themselves the same way she did. They are forging paths that are least traveled. That in itself is amazing, and hopefully we'll have a lot more Alele Williams across Nigeria doing massive things in the globe. Yeah, that's what
Thank
I'll
you
have to say.
very much. Thank you very much. I mean, I think we like Dr. Agbon said, there is no way that we can just discuss Professor Grace Alile Williams. If we dedicate a whole program, to her, it may not even be enough. However, we will start from today. I'm very sure that this is a conversation that we are going to keep on, particularly looking at the future of Edo State and looking at the future of Nigeria, and the need, for the story of Professor Grace Alile Williams to be told and told again and again and again, and all of that.
Absolutely.
There are so many people were very privileged to know her directly. Those who came shortly after she had led the university and all of that. A lot of people rode on her shoulders, and people are still riding on her shoulders. And, like Deba said, it's a great loss to Nigeria because even at old age, she still is source of great, inspiration, to Nigerians, to the girl child, to everybody. And so, all I'm going to say is, may God grant the family and those very close to her the fortitude to bear the loss. And for me, she transited because it's inevitable, and that is
It
why
is.
she transited. She didn't die because she lives on, and so we must. Many of us will find the reasons to continue to describe her in the present
Absolutely.
continuance, because she lives on.
Yeah.
Adieu, Professor Grace Alile Williams. Yes, yes, yes. Ekioja, Dr. Tony Agbons. Before I call on you, I just want to ask Destiny Usadeba, sir, can you let us know what people are curious? What is Ekioja? Why are we here? As briefly as possible, that the ordinary, the layman will understand.
Of
What is
course.
Ekioja and what is this about?
Yeah, Ekioja is perhaps the largest online marketplace that is exclusively dedicated to the indigenous products, that's the made in Nigeria products, that we have. It's exclusively dedicated to this market. The goal of Ekioja is to export and like make these products globally accessible and available within and outside of Nigeria. So Ekioja is exclusively for Nigerians, by Nigerians, to take Nigerian products to the world.
Dr. Tony Agbons, please could you just take it from there?
Yeah, thank you very much. We are really glad to have you here,
Thank you so
CEO,
much, sir.
the CEO of Ekioja, and Mr. Destiny Osadeba. Very, dynamic young man. You look young. Though looks sometimes they say can be
I
deceptive.
am young.
Yeah, yeah. So don't worry. I'll catch you later. So you have said Ekioja is exclusively for made in Nigerian product. So I was expecting to hear maybe African product. So that on one side. But the question I want to ask you is this: what has driven you to, bringing out this concept of a Kyoja when we already have online platforms like Jumai, Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, AliExpress? So why a Kyoja?
Ah, my doctor, thank you for that question. And I think it would help me buttress more on what this really is about, what the Ekioja is truly about. You mentioned Jumia, I'm sure, and Amazon, Alibaba, eBay. These marketplaces, of course, they all share the same niche, basically. They are all online marketplaces where people can shop for products. However, Amazon caters more to the American products. Of course, it's a global market, yeah. Jumia, however, is more centered on Nigerian products. It's a market in Nigeria focused on selling everything, but it's what they function mostly out of Nigeria. That's Jumia. But what sets Ekioja apart from most of these marketplaces is that we are exclusively dedicated to the indigenous Nigerian products and the brands creating them. And if I would say more about that, we found that, through my journey and all that, we discovered that Nigerians make amazing products. That cannot be taken away from us. We are creative. And several factors attest and contribute to this. One of them is the NYC body that has the SAID program in place that helps more young professionals, young graduates out of Nigeria to learn skills that now sustain them. Because of the economic realities in Nigeria, most young professionals, they defer to learning these skills and try to profit off it. However, it's one thing to learn a skill, it's another thing to find a market for the product you make through these skills. And most young professionals, most guys who are trying to create things online and stuff, they focus on helping you learn other premium skills that will help you get jobs like data analytics, you name them. But the average Nigerian is a creative individual who makes his or her own products. In almost every household in Nigeria, you have that person who creates certain things, whether it's Azar they use in the house or whatever it is. And so Ekioja caters to everyone who is exclusive in making Nigerian products. What we do is we help them get a voice. We are trying to ensure that Nigerian products are easily accessible. You mentioned Alibaba. Alibaba is one of the largest platforms that helps Chinese products to be easily available on a global level. I said Chinese products, basically. Maybe now they are now diversifying to other parts of other products from other parts of the world. However, it's predominantly Chinese products that they cater to the China market. Our goal is to see Ekioja mentioned in such breath as well. In a few years, we know that's what's going to happen because Ekioja caters exclusively to made in Nigerian products. By extension, we're going to cover Africa at some point, but exclusively made in Nigerian product. If it's not made by Nigerians, it's not on Ekioja. And we don't deal with middlemen or third parties. It's exclusive to those creating these products. That's what's unique about what we're doing. So while we're a marketplace like other marketplaces, we are so niched that whatever you find on Ekioja was made by a Nigerian. If you find a car on Ekioja, best believe a Nigerian made it. If you find a phone, a smartphone, when we start making such gadgets, best believe these things were made by Nigerians. So Ekioja, that's what we do. It's a democratized marketplace for Nigerian products. We want to ensure that wherever you are in the world, whether within Nigeria or outside of Nigeria, you can easily access these products for the same fee it should be within Nigeria. In fact, we are bringing down the fees through different programs and activities. We want it to be that democratic. We also guarantee authenticity. So there are no fraud, fake, because we have stop gaps in places to ensure that what you see is what you get. And because we are Nigerians, if you want to buy stuff from Jumia or from Amazon, the price is generally fixed. Ekioja enables you to negotiate because, we are Nigerians. We hardly ever buy stuff without negotiating. On Ekioja, you can negotiate with the vendor, beat down your price, add up, and stuff. So we put all of these in place to make it very home, to make it because it's a Nigerian marketplace for Nigerians, so that globally you can access anything made by Nigeria, out of Nigeria, anywhere you are in the world, within or outside of Nigeria.
Awesome.
I hope that throws some light, sir.
Thank you. Brilliant.
Austin, from Austin and Remiran, take it from there, sir. I know you have
Yes,
a question for
Destiny, thank you for coming. Just listening to you, I feel very happy because the way you are dishing out this information is very organic and very genuine. I hope and pray that next time that we're going to call you to the studio, we'll be addressing you in the likes of Amazon and all that. That is
Absolutely.
very innovative. I like the way you have narrowed it down to purely Nigerian product because we are very, very industrious and we are gifted. And our market has to be shifted from the places made in Nigeria to other parts of Nigeria and to indeed the world. You have partially answered my question, but I will ask you again. I know you are a fully bred Edo man from Bende State. Yes. Why did you choose the name Ekioja? That's one. Then secondly, for an ordinary man like me, who is just in the act of making maybe ogidise, and I want to trade in Ekioja, how do I go about it? Our viewers will want to know, what are the conditions for us to join? How do we get registered?
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for these questions you've asked. I will first of all tackle the why Ekioja. As you can see, Ekioja is it's not an English word. It's Ekioja. I can tell you, it's a very nice. It's a word coined out of Nigeria. It's never existed. We coined Ekioja from Eki and Oja. These are two words. Eki is from Benin. I'm from Edo State, right? I'm Benin. So Eki means marketplace in my tribe. If you are Edo guys, and you understand what I'm saying. Eki means marketplace. Oja, on the other word, is a Yoruba word, one of the largest tribes in Nigeria. Oja again means marketplace. So Ekioja, true and true, is a marketplace. And by virtue of the fact that it is very Nigerian, it's a marketplace that identifies with Nigerians, indigenous products, indigenous brands, everything Nigerian. So our goal with Ekioja, we wanted it to identify that we wanted Nigerians to easily identify with their own. Ekioja is a Nigerian brand for Nigerians to explore, and to sell and project and promote what they're doing. And we're making it so easy to sell on Ekioja for a number of reasons. And this brings me to your second question. How do you, as an indigenous brand, how can you sell on Ekioja? It's within 5-6 minutes you are on to sell on Ekioja. How does that happen? Now, first of all, because of the prevalent fraud in the market, where on some other platforms that are larger than us right now, because we're still growing, you can find a product there you want to buy, you even pay, and what you get is not what you saw. That's one. Number two, sometimes you pay for some products, they don't come at all. They don't come. It's like more like a wasted fund. All of these trappings that affects us negatively and causes a lot of people not to even believe in buying stuff online. But to join and sell on Ekioja, there are two things that happens. One, because of all of these things, we ensured we vet every brand coming to sell on the platform. We needed to do that to guarantee the trust, to ensure that what you are actually selling is actually what we can back, because we give a guarantee that every brand on Ekioja, to a very high percent, over 99%, they're authentic, so that we can track and measure it. To do that, our marketplace is not open to just register and begin to sell. What happens is you indicate interest that you want to sell on Ekioja by filling a form. That form asks you basic questions. Your product,
Sorry, I just want to interject a bit, but we need to get these things understood. Where do you find the form to fill? How do you fill the form?
All right, yeah. So if you go to ekioja.com with your phone, it will take you to an app environment. Ekioja is a web app that actually only functions on phones right now.
Can we put that link on our screen for our viewers?
Yes,
Absolutely, ekioja.com. Also, if you go to the Google Play Store, you can download Ekioja from the Google Play Store as well. We are working behind the scene for our iOS app, but Ekioja is a web app that you can get from Google Play Store, or you could just go to ekioja.com. The first thing it will ask you is to register. My belief is that whether you're selling, you're also buying. You're also buying, because so what we did was, every seller or every potential seller, the first thing you want to do is create an ordinary account, join Ekioja as a regular buyer, and then you can navigate yourself to the sell on Ekioja section.
Okay, CEO Ekioja, I can see that you got your finger. Sorry, Comrade Lamte, that I'm interjecting, but I just went on my mobile now. In fact, I went to your website. It is sharp. The packaging is good. It's well branded. Saw a very beautiful lady there with bags ready for shopping and all that.
It should be sliding, yeah.
Yes, and something, because I'm just looking at it on my phone. Something caught my fancy here, and this is where I'm going to ask you a question now, CEO. You said shop authentic, made in Nigeria product everywhere you go with ease.
That's correct.
Yes, with ease. And this brings me to the question of logistics.
Mm-hmm.
How have you worked on this to make sure that I order a product, a made in Nigerian product on Ekioja, I'm in the UK, and then it gets to me here. I want you to tell our viewers, because you are really talking to a global audience now.
Thank you for this question. So logistics was one of the key components that was our headache for a very long time. We kept thinking through, we met with a lot of people, and we found clear solutions. One, we partnered with a pool of logistics companies within Nigeria that has over 40 logistics firms attached to it. What that means is that when you're buying an item within Nigeria, within Lagos, in fact, in no time it gets to you. All right. Now we also partner with a larger one that covers Africa is a whole strata. So within Nigeria, within Ghana, Kenya, they have branches. They plugged other logistics companies into their network, and so it's easy for you to buy stuff and you get it delivered to you quickly. Also, we are partnering with DHL. Now we want to also expand our partnership to those who to shippers by sea and other places. This is to help to ensure that when you buy stuff anywhere in the world, you get it easily. We are currently also working out, partnerships with some local supermarkets within the US. We're looking at the UK. We're looking at Canada and other places, such that we can have warehouses where we already import some of these products, so that they are already locally here in the US or in the UK. So when you place an order on Ekioja, it's delivered to you within minutes or within hours, just like you shop locally. And also, we want to ensure you find these things in your local stores, right there where you live. That's the goal, to democratize the access to Nigerian products. And so very soon, sir, you will be able to just go to your local store, and anything made in Nigeria, you can access it just like you buy them in Nigeria, almost at the same fee. That's the goal.
Okay, CEO Ekioja, I want to ask a question. I live in the UK, like you know. Can I, sitting here right now, order a bag of rice and will it get either a bag of rice for my mother or for a family member, and I pay through Ekioja, will
Absolutely.
that family member, get that product delivered without my having
Absolutely.
to be there?
Absolutely. So what we did was this. We have an escrow service even within Ekioja. So if you buy an item right here in the US, in the UK, and you want it delivered to an address in Benin, for instance, or in Delta, you pay for the item. Maybe it's coming from Lagos. You pay. The money goes into escrow with Ekioja. The vendor sees it in his wallet that, oh, this person has paid. So the money is no longer with you, nor is it with the vendor. And the product is packaged, processed. You are the decider of everything. We enabled even our vendors to be able to define their own shipping, such that if they don't want to access or use our shipping, or if it's not available for the area you want to ship to, their shipping can handle that, right? When you make payment for any product within days or based on the time frame they normally handle such deliveries, it gets to where you want it to go to. Whether in Benin, in
Suppose the seller, doesn't want to ship or transport what I
yeah.
bought to the
So,
destination. What
so what
happens?
like I mentioned earlier, Ekioja has a partnership with over 40 logistics companies that operate within Nigeria, whether those that do bike delivery or bus delivery, and so they are connected to your account. What you need to do is when you're buying an item, when you are at checkout, you can change your address that this product you want it delivered to XYZ address. Our system takes cognizance of where it's coming from. That's from the seller's location to the place you want it delivered to, and offer you the best shipping route for those regions. And so you choose it and say, okay, I want this item delivered to so and so place. These are options for delivery. When you pick it, the shipping money does not even go to the seller. And here's the beautiful thing: when your item gets to your mom in wherever she is in Nigeria, she will take delivery and tell you, oh, I received this thing, thank you so much. You are the person that will now close the transaction and say, yes, this was a successful transaction. It is only then that the money now goes, that the seller can cash out his money. If at any time the item that was delivered is not what you paid for, there's a disparity. Let's say, you wanted rice and they sent rice with stones and stuff. You can dispute that money, that item. The money doesn't go to the seller. We can now see those disputes. We come in, talk with you, speak with the seller, and try to resolve it. If we see that the seller is at fault, we refund your money to your wallet, so you can use it to buy any other item or cash out your money as well.
So apparently what you are saying is that until the product I ordered through Ekioja that gets to its destination,
Yes, to you,
the
yes.
seller cannot cash out
That's correct.
the money.
That's correct. We put that in place, and our seller understands that when you pay, you see it in your wallet. Yes, this money is not with your buyer. The buyer has paid. Once the transaction is complete, that's you, buyer, closing the transaction. That's when the seller gets to cash out. If you fail to close the transaction after a day, then the money automatically goes to the seller as well. But you have that window to dispute any transaction, to say that this is not what I paid for. So that though that waiting I see, not being I get, we remove that from the equation.
Pharmacist Rebel, I know you are.
Yeah, thank you, Destiny. I'm just really carried away and I'm very happy. I love the way you have given authority and control to the buyer. I think that sort of gives a form of credibility. Are there opportunities in your website for one to put reviews, having used the services of Ekioja? That's one. Then secondly, you remember, like you said, it's mainly made in Nigerian product. There might be more interest for somebody in Kaduna to want a made Nigeria product from a Edo state. But you understand that in Nigeria, I don't know, I might be wrong, that like we have is in the Western countries where you have postcode directed to addresses. I know in some part, maybe in the villages, it may be difficult to get to a particular address. Are you then operating in silos where they can go to a particular place to get their product? Is that part of your thinking? Or you've had a machinery in place where no matter the barrier, the person gets the product right in his door?
Okay, let me quickly add to this. Well, I think it's just a related, question. Somebody on Facebook, Usas Ihagwere Agama, wants to know. Does Ekioja go to remote areas in Nigeria? How do you manage address? Because Nigeria has not got address systems and stuff like that. How do you deal with this?
Okay, thank you so much. So Ekioja was built as a platform to specifically take care of products made in Nigeria and the vendors making them. And so we are leveraging on partnerships from the shipping companies, like I mentioned, where we have partnership with about 40. We want to expand that partnership to about 90 in a couple of weeks. We're currently working behind the scene, in fact, to integrate with some of these platforms for a clear partnership. Now, these network of shippers, they already know the routes. They already mapped out how they handle deliveries. Some of them will say, like, God is good logistics that I know when I was in Nigeria. When you post an item from, say, Lagos to Benin, they will send you a text message like, oh, your item has arrived in Benin or in our location here. You in Benin know the location. Come and pick it up. You go pick up your item then. I don't know how it works in some of these, whether they go interland to these locations. But if you put your address where you want the item delivered, our system reads it to your local government. And Nigeria has been mapped down to your local government, such that if a logistics company has an office in, say, a place like Edo, let's say Ugbowo in Benin City, and your address is within Ugbowo, Benin City, that shipping company will obviously know that your product is coming to Ugbowo. From there, it can be delivered, distributed to you directly, or you get a message if what they do normally is for you to come to the office to pick it up. All of those tiny logistics is already in place. We are not foraging into that to explore all of those in details. However, we're partnering with companies that have been successful in doing that consistently. But I am personally working with a team to look into logistics with a view to beating down the cost of logistics within Nigeria. We are putting some heat with our partners. We're talking a lot about that and looking at how best to handle that, so that logistics is cheaper when you ship with Ekioja, when you buy on Ekioja and use our services. Because it's a whole web of a whole thing for return.
Just a quick follow. Sorry, Dr. Agbon, so I don't miss this one. Already, for people who know Ekioja, are people already buying and selling on Ekioja? Are things already being delivered in Ekioja?
Absolutely. People are already buying and selling on Ekioja, and we are still expanding. In the next couple of months, we will have more than 4,000 vendors in the platform. Ekioja is young and growing consistently. Yeah, so, and we are currently working on a partnership with the NYSC, so that we become an official partner where if you learn a skill from this, you're already on Ekioja. So, absolutely, people are selling on Ekioja right now, and it's all happening. Because Ekioja is not it's a complete system already. Like you saw with your phone, everything you find on Ekioja is authentic and exclusively made by Nigeria. And to my brother, pharmacist, you talked about reviews. That is a feature we are building in now. We are putting the infrastructure in place to ensure that people can give reviews for the products they liked, they loved, for the vendors they loved. One thing is certain: anything you see or find on Ekioja was put there by a vendor who is directly behind it, not a middleman. So the cost of maintaining a middleman is out of the equation in the first place. And I do not know if I sufficiently answered your question about joining Ekioja.
Thank you so much, Destiny. Yes, you did. But I just want to ask a follow-up question, because within the marketplace business, what is important is customer confidence. And one of our viewers has just asked a very important question, Bridget Wonder. If I buy a product and I don't like it, how do I return it?
All right. So, yeah. Now, when you buy a product, the product gets to you, like I explained earlier. It gets to you, and you see that this is not what you ordered for. We do not want to double into like or not like. We want to look at defects and differences from what you ordered for. Because sometimes you may buy a mug, then you get home and you don't like that mug. We can't change that because it's authentic, it's accurate, but you don't like it. So we want to be sure that it is defected or it is not what you ordered for, rather than what you didn't like, because you have all the time to negotiate if you want to. So let's say if you buy a product that is of defect rather than what you don't like, or maybe it came too late or something happened, you can dispute it, like I mentioned earlier, that there is a problem with this product. You type out the explanation. Somebody from my team gets it, looks into it. The person will call you or email you, contact you, then contact the vendor and say, okay, this happened to the product you just sold. This is what this buyer is saying and all that. This is what the problem is. Let's have a conference meeting if necessary, or what do you think? is 9 out of 10, the vendor would usually just let it go. Or we find, I mean, about returning these products to Ekioja, because shipping is involved, we usually would work with the vendor to see how we cut costs, like maybe make it you pay less than you would have probably paid for the item, or we find a center where the vendor can access to go pick it up. All of these things are what we are trying to put in place to see that we don't have hiccups and stuff like that.
So in effect, your system is so organized such a way that the issue of return is quite minimal.
It is quite minimal. And we discuss with the vendor who owns the product to see for the necessity of the return. You know, a vendor who owns this product has a lot of leverage as opposed to a reseller. A vendor can, say, okay, this product cost me 1K to make, but I'm selling it for 5K. If this person still pays me half the price, I didn't really lose anything, right? All right, they can still make a lot of adjustments and stuff. That's why we deal with authentic vendors. And
So
yeah,
so you did only with the vendors and not resellers.
directly
You see, I
with the
want
vendors.
us to break this thing down because I come from a business background. So,
Yes,
but
sir.
CEO Ekioja, people should break it down. This vendor and all the rest, break it down so that people
I'm so
can
sorry.
really
A
understand.
vendor is the
Yeah,
seller of
break
his
it down.
product.
Mm.
We call vendors because they are putting up products to sell. So other people will call them sellers, but they are usually vendors on our platform. Vendors or buyers are those who purchase the items.
So
Vendors
person
are the
wey
people
wan
who
buy
sell
na
the item.
buyer.
Yes, that person
Person
won't
wey
buy.
wan
Let me buy.
sell
Yeah,
na
because
vendor.
what we know is who they sell, who they buy. That is the common language we hear. But I want to
Yeah.
ask you a question, CEO Ekioja. In fact, as you are speaking, my colleagues are asking questions. I've been on your website and I've been going around your website on my mobile phone here. I must commend you, my
Thank you,
brother,
sir.
Destiny. Your website is absolutely
Gracias.
take
And it's
away.
green, white, green. It's
Yeah, and
Nigerian.
it's user friendly.
It is.
It's exciting. But the question I want to ask you is that so far, what is the traffic like? I know you guys have all the analytics, the data measurement. So, what is your traffic? I know this business, this portal, just it's not long. It took off. So
Mhm.
tell the world.
We are
Tell
not
the world.
so yeah, like you mentioned, we just really launched. We really took off this December, where we did our beta testing. We worked with a lot of vendors on the platform, and the traffic has been growing. We find that we are getting around, from 400 visitors to 1,000 visitors. It's increasing, and with the measures we're putting in place for the next 3 months, we have an explosion we're expecting. So our what we are praying for, what we're reaching out to people for, especially Nigerians in diaspora and within Nigeria, is to check out Ekioja, buy stuff that you need, see how it goes. Because in the next 3 months, we're going to have more than 4,000 vendors on the platform, and that's just the start. By virtue of the partnership we have in place, and we are, we are working with a lot of bodies, including Christian homes that has large congregations, because we know that most Nigerians, they create their products, but they also worship their God. And so if we partner with some of these persons to reach out to these vendors, right? Because the kitchen is free to use, it will help them project their business beyond limits, beyond what they could easily reach by themselves. So yeah, in terms of growth, Ekioja is exploding. This is the best time for anyone to want to jump on the Ekioja, because you don't know what can happen in the next 1 year as a vendor. If how free it would be forever, I don't know, because I have partners, I have investors, and all of this will come to play different roles as we grow. But
Thank you.
today, right
Just
now,
a quick one, sir, before you guys continue from there. Osas Ikagwere Agama wants to know from Facebook, said, please, can the CEO lay emphasis on vendors registration? How do
yeah,
people who wants to sell on Ekioja, how do they register to start selling on Ekioja? Can you break it down? Because the ordinary
absolutely.
people, ordinary producers and people who get products, they may want to know. You understand what I'm saying now? Let's break it
Okay.
down.
So we know that we have the educated set of people who sell, who make their own products. We also know that we have the market people who make their own products, but they may not be even attuned to technology. So first, I will address those people who are attuned to technology, who know how their phone work, who also know how marketplaces work, like Jumia and other platforms. To sell on Ekioja, the first thing is download the app or go to our website at ekioja.com. Register a regular account like a buyer. That gives you access to the buying, end of Ekioja. When you're done with that, navigate through the menu to a button. You find a link that tells you sell on Ekioja. Click on the link. A form will pop up. That form is more like a yes or no set of questions we are asking. We want to know that you make your own product, you don't ship it from outside Nigeria or from China or other places. Your team, you're authentic, you are Nigerian. Just a few questions. Answer those questions, fill out your details, check some of the boxes that guarantee that you are authentic, that you are agreeing to our terms. There are about 5 or 6 boxes. It's really easy. Within 5 minutes, click on submit. Once you push that button, somebody from my team will get your details, review it, read your stories and all you've submitted, possibly call you if necessary, or do a clear vet, and you're all set. You'll get emails from us. And once you get those emails, your business is live. You can now begin to style your environment, upload your products, and you're good to go. Then we will always advise that you set up your own shipping if you want to do that. Doing all of that puts you in a pole position for sales, because we consistently run free promotions. Ekioja at the back end, we do designs, we do promotions on our social channels for free for the brands and the products on our platform. We do free. So if you go to our Instagram handle, Ekioja Marketplace on Instagram or Facebook, you see promotions of these products. A lot of people ask us a lot of questions through Instagram, through Facebook. A lot of people make purchase through these platforms as well. They are directed to our website to make their purchases and all that. And we are working on integration with shoppable products on Instagram, on Facebook, so that people on Facebook on a global level outside of Nigeria can see our products appearing on their own feeds, whether on Instagram or on Facebook, and they can easily purchase what they need, including Google. Yeah, okay. So that's gonna.
And viewers, we've been talking to Destiny Usadeba, a young CEO of Ekioja. Of course, it's really exciting, to be honest. But I want to play this little promo that may give some insight for those who may want to register their products on Ekioja, or those who may want to buy or sell. But let's just watch this very short promo.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.
Okay, over to you, Dr. Agbons. That's Ekioja's promo. We can always play that and, of course, get some of these messages. Yes, over to Dr. Agbons.
Thank you very much, Comrade Lamptey, for that. That promo was very incisive. And well done, CEO Ekioja, for all you are doing. You are very young, and just listening to you, like Pharmacist Remiran said, you are just buzzing. You have every information at your fingertips. You are really into this. So people would like to know, what is your background? Where did you come out from? So from where have you come? Just a little bit.
Why I don't know. Destiny.
I really will advise. I know you are Benin, but I will advise, because we are speaking to a global audience.
Yeah.
I will advise you to speak English.
So yes, my important. Audience. I greet everyone. I am Destiny Osadebame. I am a product of University of Benin, like we earlier discussed. I studied English and literature at school. and I graduated in 2009, 2010. My background since then has, drifted into consulting, where I worked with a consulting firm in Lagos as head of operations for about 9 months. There I learned project management, human resources, and then supply chain management, and all of those things. I partnered with some friends to start our own consulting firm in Bayelsa, Port Harcourt, and other places. That was our catchment area at the time. We trained a lot of core members in the same field. Where it was during my journey and forays with these core members, I found that, okay, we do need a marketplace that is exclusively focused on helping made in Nigeria products become a thing that we can easily access. Because from my studies, from my research, I found that, look, it is not the lack of the market, it is the lack of the access to these products that is really the bane of the growth for our marketplace. So one of the key reasons why we are projecting and working on Ekioja every day is to see that we reverse engineer the import-export relationship we have with the world as a country. We import too much than we export of our own products. We think having a marketplace where it's democratized, we can change this in a short time. We would seek for partners with governments and very important people in political places to make this happen, so we can keep exporting more of Nigerian products. We seek for partners globally to accept these products and make it accessible. We have a lot of Nigerians and Africans outside there, so that's why. My background is from English, but I spent years studying marketing, product design. I'm a data analyst by training, because I did a lot of professional courses and certifications in that field. I design products, I build websites and create business systems. I design automated business processes that covers end to end from products discovery to marketing. So these are the things I have done. I've worked with more than 80 brands across the globe, where I built their websites, created their automations, run their campaigns, or manage their social platforms, all of these things, right from when I was in Nigeria. And so even outside of Nigeria, I still worked with a couple of brands. All of these things, they are part of what made me. And in between these journeys, I always knew we needed a platform that is all our own, and where we can easily ensure that the things we make out of Nigeria is accessible. That's why Ekioja for the past it's been in my head for a long time. For over 8 years, we've nursed the dream until a couple of years ago, where we decided to take full action into it.
Thank you.
That's it, sir.
Excellent.
Yes, over to you, Dr. Pharmacist Iremira.
Thank you, Destiny. Like it's always said, if opportunity does not knock, you create a door. Your journey so far has made you create a door. I think this will go places, because you are really dishing it out from the heart and as if you know it very well. I just want to ask another question. Okay. Some of our products are sometimes perishable goods. What is the system about with quality control in terms of duration of delivery for some goods that might go bad quickly?
All right, so let me stay here before we move on. In fact, Ekioja focuses on products, physical products. However, we are exploring e-products and all that, and that's coming on board. Now, about perishable products you mentioned, we deal with packaged products, that is finished products in Nigeria. It is processed and packaged. Like, I have some people on the platform that they sell spices, pepper, crayfish. They ground it and package it for delivery. Such products are what we deal with. So usually we leave a lot of the percentage, a lot of the portion of ensuring your product is authentic, it's durable, to the creators, to the vendors. All right, so products that are delivered within Nigeria, because they have a shelf life, I'm sure each of these vendors, they know the shelf life of their products, and they work in line with ensuring that the sales of these products when they're on the shelf is within that shelf life. Like, there are some vendors that they put their product details out there, but they only make it when you place an order because of the shelf life, or because of the logistics or whatever else that goes into making the product. They put it out there, but they make it when you make an order. We make it very clear that when a product is bought, the buyer makes the final decision. When the product gets to him, you get your money when the transaction is closed. If for any reason the buyer disputes a product and a transaction, we will now need to look into it and try to resolve it. We speak with the vendor, we speak with every party involved, and see what best course of action to take. And then so that it's amicable and easy so we can still keep moving. The goal is, if you don't make a sale today, you make a sale tomorrow, you make more next tomorrow. We want to help these brands forge such partnerships. And so about perishable products, usually vendors ensure the shelf life, and so they put out their products and they only make them for those kind of products when the others come in. So that's one way we try to curtail that, and we preach about that consistently, so that nobody is amiss, and everyone who is purchasing these items know that, okay, this is maybe perishable. The way we even did Ekioja, you don't necessarily need to even sell your products through the platform alone. We make it easy that buyers can contact. There's a portion in Ekioja where we have our vendors. If you click the list, you find vendors. All the vendors there. You scroll through, you see a lot of vendors. You can find what you want. You can negotiate directly. You can call them because their details are all there. But only transactions done through Ekioja are covered by our escrow.
Thank you, Destiny.
There's a question.
I'm not going to charge you for this, but I just want to give you a clue. I think one product that you may consider for those of us in the West will be clothing, especially traditional clothing.
Absolutely.
If you can get that right, because many people are craving to get those things. And even our traditional Nigerian beats, I think those will be
Yes, sir.
things.
Yes, I want to. There's a question from one of our viewers on Facebook, Princess Anne Marie. She says, kudos on this initiative. Successful retail business is about exceptional customer service. How do you ensure or build great customer service culture on the platform and among your vendors?
All right, so thank you so much for that question. Because we ensured we created a system where customers can directly negotiate, discuss, haggle. That's the word we use. Haggle with their vendors, the sellers. You see, we already forging a relationship, a social relationship where, I mean, you come on a platform, you can either check out or you haggle. That ensures some decorum and friendliness to begin with. And then because we also put in place that when you buy an item, if you're not happy with this client, because the vendors are always out to please you with what you're purchasing, to ensure that you want to come back to buy from them. If you're not happy, we still have a window to dispute it and possibly refund your money. That's one way we cater to our buyers, our clients. And we also have a dedicated network. We're still building it out, in fact, to answer any query, questions, any inquiries that regular guys come to make about Ekioja, about what we're offering and all that. There's a feature in Ekioja that we call it's a feature within Ekioja where brands can project themselves. They can put out their the images of their new products, celebrate their wins and all that. Buyers are able to access that feature to see what the brand is doing, connect it to their social channels, know more about the brands and all of that. So in catering to these brands, to the vendors on the platform, we ensure they can easily reach out to the vendors. Catering to the buyers on the platform, we ensure they can easily reach out to the vendors, negotiate, haggle, take out their chat or negotiations, even outside of our platform. We ensure that when they have a problem with the purchase, we can swoop into action to resolve it real quickly. And then when they send us messages that, hey, what's going on, we are able to quickly deal with that and give them right information at all times.
A very quick one. Are you guys concerned about if the products are NAFDAC registered and stuff like that?
This is a very dicey area. So we know that not all the products made by Nigerians are NAFDAC approved at this time. And we know it's going to take a while for most Nigerian products to become NAFDAC certified and authenticated, especially when it has to do with food. But I can tell you that those who sell food products in Ekioja, particularly spices, processed beans, flour, and all of those things, they are NAFDAC approved. But clothing and all of these things, we deal with your quality. And ultimately, a buyer who sees a product, if it's not NAFDAC approved, can dispute it. Now, when you're registering your business on Ekioja, there is a column where we want to know if you're registered as an entity in Nigeria, or if what you're selling is NAFDAC approved and all of that. But we didn't make it strict that you have to be registered to sell, because we know that when you start selling, you would naturally want to standardize your business. You know, that's why we now come to you and say, hey, you're making good sales. What if you become a good entity? We are partnering right now. We're working on those partnerships with legal bodies that can easily make this a breeze without sweat for any brand that needs to be registered as full-blown businesses, so that they can have their own bank accounts all set up and all that, because Ekioja shields that now. Brands can put in their individual accounts, make sales, cash out to their local banks, but it makes more sense when you become authentic. We are creating a special package for that, to see that those kinds of brands, we offer them certain things that that gives them more leverage to do more business, because they are businesses, as opposed to other brands that may not be registered to that capacity as and when they are there. But once they get there, they're on board to that platform and they're able to do their business easily.
Okay, sorry, a very quick one, because this one is an important aspect of it. I mean, it's been established that Ekioja was recently launched and it's growing by the day and all of that. Is Ekioja at some point going to become a public liability company, like people will be buying shares in it and all of that? And if that's going to be the case, at what point, and what is open to those of us who may want to be investor on Ekioja?
Yeah, so thank you so much for that question. My people, I do not know how much the listeners are familiar with startups, or and then with businesses, but Ekioja is a full-blown registered limited liability company in Nigeria and an incorporated company in the US. And eventually we are going to sell shares. We do have a couple of investors, but Ekioja is not open to the public to invest right now. We are handpicking certain investors, as the case may be, to complete the inroads and the infrastructures we are setting in place, so that when we get to the fullness of time, that time may be another 12 months. Who knows? 1 year, 2 years, where Ekioja becomes a full-blown limited liability company, like some of these stellar companies in Nigeria, like Flutterwave, and all of that are making massive wave for the continent. But that's the goal, to take Ekioja to a level where Africans, Nigerians can invest, own a stock, because now we're own. We are Africans,
I have a
and I'm
question.
all up for
Yeah,
that.
I have a question for you, CEO Ekioja. And because of what you are saying now, I know that Ekioja is before today. Some of us didn't know about Ekioja. Well, until you are coming to speak to us. How do you also advertise Ekioja? Because they always say in business that he who winks his eyes in the dark, him alone know what he's doing. How do people know about Ekioja? So what is your advert and promotional strategy, so that
Okay.
at least every Nigerian should know about Ekioja, like the way they know APC and PDP? Sorry to use those.
Thank you so much for that question. So, because of the nature of Ekioja, where we deal exclusively with only made in Nigeria brands, and not just that, because we handpick these brands in a way, because when you fill a form to join, we have turned down numerous number of brands, potential brands that want to sell on Ekioja. We reached out and say, oh, we're sorry, you can't sell on this platform, because the things you do, they are not consistent with the kind of brands that we want to work with. Because of that, it's not a daily growth, like people joining Ekioja every minute. Although people come in every day and we see what's going on, but we handpick those who can actually be onboarded because of the kind of business they do. Unlike some other platforms that can take everyone and say, yeah, all right. So by that, it is more organic and steady. However, we do a lot of publicity projections on social media, on LinkedIn, on Instagram. We have full presence on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and from time to time we run promotions. Promotions we run essentially is to project more of the products on the platform and look at how people join the platform to sell, because we are more particular about what they see to buy, in that regard. And then also in terms of spread and exposure. Like I mentioned earlier, we're working partnerships with some of these major brands like huge congregations, the NYC and other bodies, and this will in itself bring a lot of traffic as well and exposure. We want Nigerians to know about Ekioja, but we also want more authentic, genuine Nigerian brands to know about Ekioja, to use Ekioja. And so we are very selective and particular about which brands come to us. But we want everyone to come in and buy because we are all buyers at the end. We all buy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Any further question? If there's no, then we can.
Still on the issue of advert, I was going to ask that question before my erudite brother asked it. I know we still need to also target the Nigerian market as well. I know internet is growing in Nigeria, but are you not making any plans to advertise in our local TV stations for every state and even the national as well?
So,
and
thank
radio.
you so much for that question, sir. Thank you so much. So we do have some jingles that we play online on the internet, but because this is an internet business, most of the persons who use their phones on social media, when they see something they like, they can just click a link and check out, or leave it in their cache to check out later. This is not really possible with the TV. And because most of the target people we are onboarding on Ekioja, they try to sell their products on Instagram. So we come to meet them on the streets of Instagram. We have not foraged into print media or TV, radio, and all these kinds of media, but we have it in concrete plans to do that. We are taking it a step at a time. Our first point of call is social media, and then we are building our team to be strong enough to handle what traffic as it comes in. We are consistently upgrading our platform to handle all this traffic, because we know that when we get into TV, it's going to be a lot. And so, we grow to that level, and we are on that progression right now.
Yeah, you are building capacity.
That's correct.
Thank you so much. I must commend you for your honesty, and I want to repeat again. I think Ekioja has come to stay, and
Absolutely.
I see you going places.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Does our boss any further words so we can move on to the next phase of this program?
I think it's just to join the pharmacist, Remiran, to commend this solid Edo State son. These are the things we are talking about. We are talking of role models. This is a young man, background English and literature, but through hard work, dedication, commitment, perseverance, grit, tenacity, he's dabbled into data analytics and everything. I think a call is coming in. Is it for this program?
No, it's not for this program.
So CEO Ekioja, I want to wish you all the best in this venture. And like our CNC said, we would also like to invest too. You know what I mean.
Absolutely, sir.
So when that time reach, I beg, don't forget us. We also invest.
Of course.
And do where I am with the bio insurance.
Absolutely.
So there's something let me just quickly mention this. 80% of the brands we are partnering with, whether on logistics, investment, all of these things, they are predominantly Nigerian brands or African brands, because we are Nigerian. So we have a platform in Nigeria that caters to SMS for big businesses. We're partnering with them. We have the one that helps you handle your CROM. We're partnering with them. We have our logistics network.
Break these things down. SMS, CRM, break it down so that people can
understand. SMS, like text messages. There is a body that helps you send bulk messages or automated transactional messages and all of that. We have a lot in the West. We have some in Nigeria. We partner mostly with the ones out of Nigeria, and those in Africa. The logistics network we're working with, they are Nigerian brands that plugged other Nigerian logistics companies into their network so that they can provide a holistic framework, as a solution to logistics problems within Nigeria. So companies, we partner with them. We are trying to use more of our own homegrown resources and companies, because Ekioja is wholly and totally a Nigerian brand, as it is. And so that's our creed. because we promote project made in Nigeria products and brands, it's only fair to work with most Nigerian brands that offer the services we would need to integrate with.
Somebody just asked, how can I download Ekioja? I think that is easy, isn't it?
It's easy. If you go to ekioja.com, if you're using iPhone, it will ask you to install it on your desktop, your phone environment. You can install it straight up from there. Or you go to Google Play Store. If you're using an Android phone, you can download Ekioja from there.
Is it free?
Totally free.
The app is free. So, but you are not on iOS devices like iPhone yet.
Not yet. We're working on that. But if you access ekioja.com with your iPhone, it will give you an icon to install our app from our website to your phone. But the same thing you get on the website, ekioja.com, is exactly the same thing you get if you're using the Play Store app, because it's a web app. So there are links and all that.
Okay, yes, Nigerians, we'll be talking to Destiny Usadeba. He's the CEO of Ekioja. It's exciting, young people, young Nigerians, making great things happen. If you are a seller, you deal on made in Nigerian products, you produce things in Nigeria and all of that, you sell in Nigeria, and you can actually key into Ekioja. Like you already said, go to your Play Store, Google Play Store if you are using Android phones, and just download Ekioja. You can see it, Ekioja, and register freely, and you can follow the instructions to begin to sell on Ekioja. If you want to buy on Ekioja, particularly for those of us who live abroad, it is we are getting past the time where we just say somebody should help us order a bag of rice or help us do this. You understand what I'm saying now? Right from where you are in Germany, Spain, UK, US, Canada, wherever across the world, you can actually just place order for some commodities, and of course send to your own families or friends, as it were. Some of you of us are out there who just have issues with, if I send somebody message, will do them as I do them, as I just send them. Now you don't even need to pass through anybody. Just go on the app, check the products, the one you need for inside, just do it and then send it yourself, pay by yourself and all of that, and the product gets delivered, and all of that. So I think it's a beautiful thing. This is revolutionary, and of course, it is something that I think many of us believe will transform the economic landscape of Nigeria. And so let's take advantage of this. Yes, Mr. Destiny Usadeba, I want to say thank you very much for coming to the program, and hopefully, I hope you will oblige us when we call on you next time. Any other time to come and talk to us about Ekioja. Though we cannot hear you right now, your voice is a bit.
I'm sorry about that. So yeah, absolutely, and I will oblige you guys. I want to say thank you so much for having me on your show. It's amazing what you guys are doing, and the kinds of reach the kinds of information you bring to everyone, both within Nigeria and in diaspora. So I want to say thank you for doing a great job over the years, and thank you for having me today.
Yes. So we'll come back. Viewers, don't go away. We still have some few things to get around with. But before we come back, let's just go on this 30 seconds commercial break.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.
Dr. Agbons, amazing what young people are doing.
I tell you, like I was saying before that phone call was coming, this is the kind of things and this is why this program is here, to showcase, talented, gifted young people like this, especially when it is our own very person. We do apologies to Nigerians from other part of the country. It's our own Edo State son doing amazing things like this. My brother, I feel very proud today. Very, very proud. Austin,
Honestly.
what do you say, my brother?
Thinking outside the box has always been the light for me. Anybody that can think outside the box has my support. For that young man, English and literature, to have done what he has done, it is worth commending. I want to appeal to our people. Let us give it a try. And today I christen him, no more Destiny Osadeba, but Mr. Ekioja. May God bless his project.
So please
Well,
go online www.ekioja.com. They are working on the iOS on iPhone. You know how Apple is. Their matter not the quick happen, but they are already on the Google Play. Go there. If you are using Android devices, just download it. In fact, I've just been scrolling through their product. I go buy something this week there. Because we need to showcase our own product. Because when you look at Nigeria from Edo State to the east of Nigeria to the north, we manufacture a lot of product, but people don't know how to market it.
exactly.
So this is a
No
very
access.
good platform, very good platform. And thank you, Comrade Lamte, for bringing this to the glare of the world audience. This is exciting.
And so when he better for I go better for us. Next time he's coming, he's going to bring a very big wallet.
Not true. I mean, I don't need high investment for that Ekioja.
Yeah, and apart from just Destiny Osadeba, I honestly think that if you're out there, you have something you are doing, okay, that is productive, and you can come. I mean, write to us, let us know what you are doing, and we create space for you to come and talk about it. This is why we are here, to project the things our people are doing. Because whether we like it or not, I patronize Amazon a lot. You understand what I'm saying? And even eBay and all of that. But I just see an example of that in Ekioja right now, which if this guy doesn't come out, we won't get to know. And there are so many people do amazing things out there that people don't get to know because they are operating within a very small cycle. So I would appeal to Nigerians, whatever you are doing out there that is good, that needs to go public, that is not yet gone public, come to us. We'll do our bit. And of course, we are advised to take it to some other platforms that can equally help to spread the news. That at the end of the day, we just want to ensure that our system, our society grow and and it's powered by private initiatives like this. Anyhow, that is for Ekioja. I don't know if we still have much time, but the politics of Nigeria is taking a very, I don't know how to describe it, but a very uncertain dimension. Very uncertain dimension.
The more you look, the less you see.
The more you look, the less you see. We just had the APC, convention. They've elected new executive members. But I tell you what is exciting me. I have been querying myself. I have seen, Bola Ahmed Tinubu declare for presidency. I have seen Atiku Abubakar declare. I have seen some other, people, governors and all of that declare. And I have been questioning myself, where are the beautiful ones? And all of a sudden, within the last couple of days, I think on the 24th to be precise, Peter Obi declared. And I saw a beautiful one. Pharmacist Austin Iremira, I have not hidden my excitement over Peter Obi's declaration to run for president for the president of Nigeria. I don't know what you think. Within this, pot of stew of politicians, struggling to want to become the number one in Nigeria. What do you think?
Thank you so much, Comrade Lamte. I was excited too. I like the table to be shaking. Shakers of the tables are good. What it does, it creates the awareness and the excitement. I've changed my mind on many occasions on this. I once joined Comrade Tony Abbas to say that people from the East should come out, and we're worried. I think a few weeks ago, if not last week, I said no, Nigerians should consciously, like we did when democracy started, when we gave it to the West, they should give it to the East. But we're also asking ourselves questions. Where are these veritable men? Before the declaration 4 days ago, notable Igbos that we have were Pius Ayim, who I think is a good candidate based on experience. We have the former governor of Imo State, and I think somebody else as well from one other state who is now embroiled in the issue of the camp or no the camp. I can't remember the governor's name now.
Umahi.
Umahi. And the excitement took us to another level again when one of the most admired decided to throw his name and his heart into the ring. Talking of former Governor Peter Obi of Anambra State. I think that is exciting. It has excited the young folks. Last week we mentioned that geriatric is taking the seat, but we know this position is quite heavy. The more you get older, even though you have experience, it may not be enough for deliverable. And I must also congratulate Peter Obi for what he did. Like he said, Atiku Abubakar remained his boss. Remember the last time he was the running mate to Atiku Abubakar. And before he declared, he attended the declaration ceremony of Atiku Abubakar and then went back to his own village to make a declaration. When he was confronted by newsmen, he was very clear to say that politics is not a do or die affair. Atiku remained his boss and he had to go there to give him support. But that does not stop him from coming out. And just to recap what Ruben Abati has been saying on Arise TV, he doesn't want to hear anybody saying they force me. The leadership of Nigeria must be conscious. People will support you, but nobody should force you. And Peter Obi has come out, and I believe he's not been forced. I crave Nigerians to look very well and give him a chance. We need the young. I'm excited. I'm buzzing.
Dr. Agbons, Peter Obi in the fray.
Yeah, Peter Obi, he has been my choice right from day one, and you know that very well.
Absolutely.
And the reason is that I just see, anytime I see him, I see competence, I see know-how, I see knowledge, and I see somebody who can manage. And I just hope, like Pharmacist Remiren said just now, that he's given a chance. The only hurdle before Dr. Peter Obi is the PDP ticket. I believe that if the People's Democratic Party can give him that ticket, because I have, and most of us stand on it, that for equity, fairness, and justice in Nigeria, is somebody from the southeast of Nigeria, an Obi, a Chukwudi, an Amaka, and Nwanfo should be our next president. Somebody from the southeast, at least waiting and do us. So if the PDP, they are courageous enough to give Peter Obi the ticket, my brother, we will be in for a good time, because we have seen his antecedent as governor of Anambra State. In fact, I'm still talking to somebody from Anambra, a professor there, who is a very good friend of mine. I'm talking to him. He's very, very media shy. If you can come here, because I've spoken to him privately, and he told me that if it was possible, Anambrians would have wished that Obi remained their governor forever. That when he left office, they were all crying after his 8 years, 2 tenure as the constitution allowed. So we know his antecedent. And if you notice, since he declared, my brother, not even Igbos who are talking now, people from the north, from this west of Nigeria, south, and like Pharmacist Rebidan said, the young people, the people who are tired of the state our country is now, everybody know that this man can do this job. And we just hope we will all throw our weight behind it.
I think his aspiration instills some hope.
Yes.
That we cannot just give up. That there is still hope somewhere. Yeah, in the hope there is this aspect. I was having a chat with somebody earlier today on Peter Obi, and I told the person, the person was saying that if PDP will give him a chance, I told the person, I said, at this stage we are right now, we want a better Nigeria, and we want a better driver for Nigeria. If all of us we are able to put our voices out there, okay, mobilize ourselves out there. And PDP see the weight of such mobilization that from the length and breadth of the Nigerian state, from the northern part of Nigeria to the middle belt, to the south and the west and the east, and everywhere in Nigeria, everybody is rooting for Peter Obi. I am sure that the PDP, before the day they will do their selection or whatever, they will have reasons, because it comes to a point where you begin to look at that candidate that will win you the election. You understand what I'm saying now? And if at this stage, before the primaries, the whole world is calling Obi, I am sure that just very little is what is going to be done for the entire PDP leadership to settle for Peter Obi. For me, I just want to have some candidates in the major political parties that will instill hope. Let it be a case of wherever he goes, Nigerians are hopeful. You understand what I'm saying now? Now, I would not be shy to say that even though I have my bias, Dele Momodu coming out on that for PDP as well is somebody too that, kind of, of course, that I'm happy with. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the only bias I have about Dele Momodu is that Dele Momodu is from a region, from the western region and maybe the south, by extension and all of that, and I think that personally, I think that it's morally, justifiable, to say that the person should be a president of Nigeria at this time should be an Igbo man. You understand what I'm saying? And first and foremost, before any other thing. You understand? So that is my own bias. Besides that, Peter Obi is a man that has distinguished himself. If you listen to him, every time you listen to him, you see the possibility of a workable Nigeria. That for me, it's too much to be ignored. So I want to use this medium to say that Dr. Tony Agmos and I, we have gone to register, what's it called, a Facebook group. It's catching fire already. It was registered last night. We have nearly 100 people or more now that have joined the group. We've done this because we want to join the whole world to make the noise, make it a big noise for Peter Obi, so that if Peter Obi eventually becomes a candidate, then we can stretch this beyond human imagination and ensure that we deliver, the Peter Obi presidency come 2023. That's my tip, brother.
Absolutely. I just wish and envision a Peter Obi presidency and a Dele Momodu minister for information. Wow. That would be great.
What a team.
That would be great.
What a team.
That would be great.
What a team. Anyhow, we will have time to explore Peter Obi and of course all the other candidates on the field. Gentlemen, just before we round off, we must talk about this. On Sunday, the Super Eagles of Nigeria played a very drab goalless draw with the Ghanaians at Kumasi.
Was it Sunday? It was on Thursday now. Was it not Thursday or Friday?
It was on Friday.
Sorry, on Friday, sir.
Yeah.
On Friday.
On Friday, yeah.
The return leg is going to be on Tuesday. Yeah, it was on Friday.
Yes.
On Friday, yes. So it was a drab match. And I know I did come out on that day to appeal to the world and to, of course, NFA and NFA, all of them, to appeal to the president not to place a call to the Nigerian Super Eagles players. We don't want it now, and I don't know if he heeded. If he did,
he didn't make call. He did no call.
He didn't make a call this time. We appealed.
He wanted to make call the holy hand.
The return leg is on Tuesday. We are equally making another public appeal. This one is going to be in Nigeria. You shouldn't make any call. You should stay away from calling the players. Let us conclude this round first. Well, Dr. Agbons, is there hope that Nigeria will qualify?
The match, to be honest, for the first time in many years, I couldn't really watch that game because the way Nigerian Super Eagles, they push somebody blood pressure up now is too much. So I managed to watch the last 15 minutes of that game. It was very drab. Our boys, I don't know, maybe they were just trying to be very careful after what happened at the AFCON with Tunisia. There was no finesse at all. So, but we had some chances. I later watched some highlights. Moses Simon should have scored that one in the 55th minute.
He shouldn't have played the match at all.
Yeah, but I don't know. But the Ghanaians too, they played well. The Ghanaians played well, and they were playing at home in front of their fans who were rooting for them. But I believe
their field was very bad.
Their field was bad. They were very slippery, and they didn't use their national stadium, the one we know, not that in Accra. They went to some other place. So, but I believe that the Eagles will do the job in Abuja. But my only fear is that the African qualifiers, away goes rule is there. So if the match ends 1-1, God forbid, in Abuja, or 2-2, any draw, any score draw in Abuja, we are out. But I believe Nigerians, Super Eagles, we are very strong at home. Osimhen did not really click. He wasn't getting the balls. So if they can work on that, Chukwueze from the right, Moses Simon from the left.
The midfield was.
And we
I
miss.
don't know collect midfield in those days.
We miss
was better than this.
Ndidi, who is injured and all that. He didn't play. So, but I just think we will just about nick it. Just.
Comrade pharmacist Austin Remiram.
I want to join.
After the match, just listen. Somebody described the Eagles as super chickens. Are they still super Eagles or super chickens?
Well, after the second leg, we will decide that. Let's leave it as Super Eagles for now. Just hanging. I didn't see the game. I was worried and I was scared. But in the spirit of patriotism, I want to join Dr. Tony Agbons to hope that we will just skate through. But because we didn't get a goal, worries me. If the game had ended 1-1, I would have been happier that we are coming back to Nigeria with a greater stake. So what we must do is to stop them from scoring. And we would have to score. So it is two things that must be done. And I must congratulate the Ghanaians. I didn't see the game, but I think they did a good job on us. They took us to the worst of feats in Ghana, probably to downplay our flow. And then maybe they did a proper man marking, whatever. But I hope.
Sorry. Did you see the when these guys were alerting from the
I saw it.
Did you see the menace they took them through?
Absolutely, Lamte. You use what you have to get what you want. So the Ghanaians did a good one on all our boys were jumping. But I think we shouldn't treat them like that. We should bring them, welcome them, and be them silly at the field. So hopefully, I think we might just edge it.
Let's take this caller. I'm sure it's for this program. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Are you calling to contribute to the Comrade Show?
Yes, please.
Yes, go ahead, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Dr. Sayeme Okumbowa from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates.
Dr. Okumbowa, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Super Eagles in recent times give all reasons to doubt their capacity. It's not for lack of ability, but there has to be a lack of a drive. The team seem to lack drive. Technically, there's a lot of deficiency. We see a lot of individual players who naturally well blended can do amazing things. But from the bench, our coach these days is like 2010 under Lagerback, when our team was so predictable that even the most basic of play, we lacked it. This is what we see now. The team doesn't flow. Players are good. There is no chemistry in the team. And that leaves one wondering. I'm afraid of two scenarios that happened in the past. 2006 World Cup qualifiers against Angola in Kano. Although we knew the weather was part of that because the error of the NSL at that time. And then 2011, AFCON 2012 qualifiers. Tiafia was the manager of the team then. I think it was in Abuja, the second we against Guinea. We needed a win. And the team labored to, I think, a 2-2 draw. And so I had that worry. We know one thing that Ghana, when they hear Nigeria, it's like they get extra motivated. They tend to play more than if you explain anybody. Like a junior brother who always want to be the senior brother. That's how the Ghanaians feel. And I wonder if our guys have this desire. They not just playing. I don't see that hunger. I hope the technical team can come with something that will make them click against Ghana. Because the slightest error, if Ghana scores one goal, Nigeria needs to score 2 goals. If they score 2, we must score 3. So that naturally puts us under pressure. I hope our guys can stand up to the pressure. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Does it? I mean, the statement of Dr. Kungboa, does it not indict the coach, Austin Eguavon?
I think, yeah, a bit. It's a bit. We look very predictable. You know that Osinagwavon's framework play,
Yeah.
but I think that's why I just say we may just edge it because of
Home support.
the home support. The Ghanaians are going to feed that one a lot. And then our players, we have magical players like Chukwueze, Moses Simon, who can just
Those guys were
who can turn. And then Victor Osimhen, he can take a chance if he gets one. So for those reasons, that our forward line, I believe that we'll get one or two chances in Abuja, and then if we score first, which I pray should happen, I see the Eagles winning the game 2-1. That's my prediction.
I think an early goal will sort of douse tension.
That's it.
If you can get an early goal in the first 15 minutes.
Yes.
I honestly, I will not make any prediction. I know I won't, because I do not know if the president is going to make a call. If he does, that would change everything. But if he doesn't,
no call. I've told you.
No, Comilante, you are erring on the side of caution. I thought by now you should have traveled for your.
No. To be honest, I will not lie to you. The match they play, this first leg, is not instilling any hope at all. As a matter of fact, I think the Ghanaians were better this first leg. And the Ghanaians, they have one new player, one of these foreign nationals who just decided to start playing for Ghana. The boy was rocking the Nigerians too much from the right flank.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying?
Left-footed player.
Yeah,
that boy was good.
Yeah, but it was operating from the right flank, I think. You understand what I'm saying now? So that boy was just a menace throughout his time on the pitch and all that. And I didn't see the Eagles matching up. We're just lucky to have come out with a draw. And it's just because the front line, the Ghanaian front line too, they don't even know what they are doing themselves.
Their captain and their best player, he got a red card in the last game of AFCON. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Is he going to play in this return leg?
That's another thing I will check, my brother.
I don't know how many match bans.
But he got a straight red card in the last game of AFCON.
So we see what happens. But the reason why I'm not perturbed, if you are not going to be good, don't go to the World Cup. What is the use?
There's no use here.
What is use qualifying to just make up the numbers and you come home from the group stage? So this is why I was asking, does this not indict us? Remember, Nigeria had already signed a pre-contract with a foreign coach.
Yeah.
After AFCON performance, the whole world okay, let us give Austin Eguavon a chance. But with this first match we saw, I think Austin Eguavon needs to redeem himself with the second leg. Because if the second leg goes the same way like this, even though Nigeria comes out to win, it may not guarantee his job.
Yeah,
don't worry, I can assure you we will be triumphant.
But one thing, I think for qualification like this, anyhow you get there, Nigeria always play good tournament. We do well at World Cups. Even sometimes when we don't move to the second round, we are not disgraced. We are very good with tournament, good pitches. Because that pitch in Ghana, because when we say this,
the worst I've seen.
When you say this, I was telling some friends, they said, "Oh, you are giving excuse." I said, "Look, some of us played football a little bit,
yes.
And we know when you play football, that's why most times you see Nigeria win tournaments, they do well and go to second round because the pitches will be good in Qatar. So when we get there, our boys will deliver.
You use what you have to get what you want."
Anyhow, so guys, thanks very much. We've had an amazing program. Dr. Austin, from Mrs. Austin, thank you so very much, for your time. Dr. Agbons, thank you so very much. So yes, Nigerians across the world, it's been a comrade show, and of course, earlier today, we had a chat with the CEO of Ekioja Marketplace, talking of Destiny Osadebane. Of course, we've talked a bit about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We've looked at the political landscape, particularly with the emergence of, Dr. Peter Obi right now, amongst those aspiring to become president of Nigeria and the excitement it brings and all of that. So it's a comrade show, a comrade and friends. Please keep a day with us. We thank everybody who's been part of this. It's been very interactive, comments, questions everywhere, and all of that. And of course, Dr. Usaime Okungbawa did call in. Thank you very much. And so, Nigerians across the world, my name is Comrade Lamte Oriaki. Please share our broadcast and keep a date with us next Sunday, 5 p.m. Nigerian time. We'll be live again with yet another guest. And this time, it's likely going to be this man, Barrister Osa Director, live on TCS. Very likely, because we are edging close to agree on that. He's going to be discussing the Nigerian political landscape with us. Please, it is one that we cannot miss. I'll see you when we see you. Bye for now.
Comrade Show. Wait. Comrade Lamte Oriaki. This is the Comrade Show.
Are you a business owner? Do you make your own products? This is your best opportunity ever. Register your brand now with the first and largest marketplace promoting Nigerian-made products. Get access to over 17 million shoppers and customers currently in need of your products. Download on Google Play Store now to register or visit ekioja.com. Focus on creating your passion. Leave the marketing to us.